with that said, I'm hoping that, things will work out for the best for you all. Now, I'm going to discuss another individual. Give me a second. Next, I'm going to be talking about another brother who's a strong individual. And this is Brother Clifton Powell. Very, very strong brother. And he has the help. I'm going to let y'all hear a segment of what Clifton Powell said about the industry. He actually went all the way in on this motherfucking industry. He and Charles Dutton are trying to take things to the next level in terms of black film. And they don't have the support that they've been asking for. So it's just, it's just sad of how people allow, this beast to just control your entire being. And then once you get your 30 pieces of silver, you run and go hide. And you don't help the community. You don't help the village. And it's sad. Very sad. And he also talked about Spook Lee. The things that Spook Lee does. I've been calling him Spook Lee when, the films that he's made, Jungle Fever and all of that motherfucking bullshit that he's made. And Clifton Powell has called him out on a lot of things. And I'm going to let y'all hear some excerpts of what Clifton Powell has been saying and how he's been standing up for black actors and entertainers and things, and how powerful of an individual that he is. Now, he's another brother that comes out of Washington, D.C., South Side, and the Northeast Park Side, Kenilworth Park Side. Thorough brother. And he's been through a lot also. But I fail to understand, how can black people ridicule him and say that, about the parts that he played, the acting that he does. I look at a person's craft. It doesn't matter what the part is, as long as it's not, homosexual or putting on a dress or anything, because I watch how you can engulf yourself into whatever position or whatever character that you're playing. That's what makes great black actors, because we're natural actors. All of us. It's just the commitment that some of us have, and that the mission that some of us have been gracefully blessed with by the Creator to entertain the black community and the world. Because some of the greatest actors were back in the 700s, the 8th century. The Moors over in Italy had stages perform numerous plays. You had Beethoven, Tovin Bay. You had the Black Mozart. We were always into entertainment and the arts. And that's why when our people hear classical music, they say that's white music. No, classical music is our music. We invented that. Beethoven. And I know you've heard about what Beethoven did, as far as his music can't be duplicated. Not by one person. It takes two people to play Beethoven's music. Because what Beethoven did, he cut his fingers, the middle of his fingers, down to the bone and stretched them. Where it takes two people to play a Beethoven concerto. And that's just, a tidbit on the, on how powerful we were and are and will be as a people. So I'm gonna play, let you hear some excerpts of Clifton Powell, dropping some jewels on the people.
Kids gonna call me and say, Daddy, why you so stupid? The reason I'm taking a microphone, and I'm joking around, but we did just meet with Charles Dutton. Because one of the things that's happening is black people, we need a leader. They killed Martin Luther King. Once they killed Dr. King, they killed our leaders. And we have turned, to me, and it's frustrating, my little son went on Twitter, and there's all kinds of stuff being said about what I do. Clifton Powell does every little shitty movie. He's in he will work for food and all kinds of bullshit. And I'm offended. So I hope this does go viral. Because I'm going to talk about my man Shay in a minute, his whole production team, and what's really happening in Black America in terms of independent filmmaking. When you join SAG, they don't tell you that if you do enough movies, you build what you call pension points. And when you get about 57, 58, 59, where I am, and your career has leveled off, you got money coming in for the rest of your life. And then what happens when you don't have that coming in, then they say, oh, that nigga fell off. I don't know, you see the car he was driving? And we've become a nation of haters. I grew up in the 60s where we supported each other. And we loved each other. Hello? Somebody. When I see somebody African American in DC, I mean in LA, and they say, I'm from Baltimore, I'm from DC, I'm like, Negro, come hang out with me. So I can break this thing down for you.
Right.
So we have become a nation of haters. If you even talk about what I said about Spike Lee, we just left Charles Dutton, who said, Shay, call me so we can talk about taking this thing to the next level.
That's right. We
gotta get back to that. Of loving each other and supporting each other. And if we don't, we doomed. And Dr. King said it. So for all the haters that's listening to me on the radio, I work long enough to get a pension, so now I'm going on vacation tomorrow. Okay? For all those punk asses that's in Spike Lee's
That's right.
Spike is a hater because he hates on his own people. When you make a movie, and we're not going to say no name, and you don't pay nobody, and they work for you for free, and then you keep all the money, and then you talk about Tyler Perry, then go sit your punk ass down.
Oh, man. That's
and
right.
Like, come to Baltimore, we'll knock you the fuck out. Or come to Parkside, D.C., because I'm not going to allow my own kids to do that. For real. And if anybody going to hate on me because I love black people, then fuck you.
It's the Russ Parr Morning Show, and ladies and gentlemen, is the legendary Clifton Powell. Legendary Clifton Powell. He's a bad man. You've seen him in every...
Now, I hope that y'all understood and heard just some of the excerpts of where Clifton Powell stands within the movie and the entertainment industry. You know, it's just some serious shit. And if, even though he said he gives Tyler Perry credit for being homeless 14, 15 years ago and got up and made something, and became a millionaire. But he also stated that a lot of the movies he don't agree with. It's a whole bunch of bullshit, faggoty shit he's not down with. However, he stated that Tyler Perry pays his people. He pays for their airfare. He makes sure that they are okay, that they are accommodated, make sure they're comfortable. And even though Tyler Perry is a fucking fruitcake, it's not hard to tell that if he looks out for, when he looks out for a person, he looks out for him. And, Clifton Powell stated about Spike Lee that people have to pay their own airfare to audition. He had them waiting hours, sometimes days. Don't pay him. Talk to him greasy. And which is really fucked up. When Spike Lee, you know, he grins and skins in the faces of crackers all day long, sitting on the front seat, front row of the Lakers games, you know, jumping up and down, hugging these motherfucking crackers. You know, they hugging, he sharing popcorn in the same bowl with these motherfucking dogs while they blow their motherfucking nose and shit over the popcorn bucket. And, you know, he's that type of motherfucking nigga. That's why I call him Spook Lee. You know, he had Stevie Wonder making motherfucking records called Jungle Fever and all that, you know, all that Ebony and Ivory bullshit that we don't need right now. Jungle Fever. That was, as a result of that, interracial dating and marriage skyrocketed during the 90s behind that bullshit movie, that fuckery Spook Lee put out. And we're not talking about these things. We keep whispering and mumbling at the motherfucking water fountain, at the water cooler, but we're not approaching motherfuckers. You know, like Clifton Powell and Charles Dutton. You know, they're not bullshitting. You know, I know where Charles Dutton lives at. He's not too far from here. You know, right on the outskirts of D.C. And real down-to-earth brother. And when he was in the penitentiary, I was locked up the same time he was locked up, but he was in Baltimore Pen and I was in Jessup. But the word got back. I remember him checking in and going on protective custody, not because he had trouble with other brothers in the pen. It was that he needed to be in solitude to write a play. And that play ended up being the show Rock. So, it's about us waking the fuck up, putting some work in, helping the brothers, helping the sisters get up so our people can raise and stand straight up. Just like the sisters did in the Black Panther movie. And although the Black Panther movie was phenomenal, you still hear people, black people, now they're beginning to put the movie down now. And that's because of the hate that's in you. When you got hate in you, when you a hater, you see, and that's a good example of being a hater. You see how phenomenal the movie was and how black people respected and loved that movie and some of the characters in the movie. A hater can't stand nothing like that. So they'll find something negative about the movie and they'll just, pull that out. Because it's a negative in everything, motherfucker. It's a negative in everything. And when are we going to understand that being on the side of positive is the way to go, that we have to stand up as a village, as a community, as a nation of people? This is the only way we can have peace. This is the only way we can move forward. This is the only way our babies can be educated properly and that our legacies continue to be turned over and turned over and turned over. That it doesn't do nothing but enhance the vibration of our children to make them even greater. Besides just saying, I want to be president of the United States. When you can just be president of a 3 million employee company called Melanate, and whatever they specialize in, whatever it may be. This is what all other races and ethnic groups do. When we wake up in the morning, when you go to the store in the hood, every place you go to of business does not does not have ownership of people that look like you. And that's what we do. We continue to support. And what they do is they try to pretend like they like us for the sake of just taking our money. So you call them Mama Son and Papa Son and all this shit, and they say Assalamu Alaikum at the gas station. You thinking that they cool, and they don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about us. The Koreans don't give out no food when no matter how much you patronize them, they don't give you nothing free. They could see you starving on your lunch break with no money. You have nothing coming. And I hate to say it. And then again, I don't hate to say it, but it needs to be said. When we wake up one day and run all these motherfuckers out of the hood, then progress will be made. And you can say how fucked up it sounds and or whatever, you know, how dangerous it is. Life is dangerous. You know, you get 20 brothers and sisters to go on these Korean carryouts and tell them to pack up. The first one buck is gone. The first one that buck is going to see Buddha. The first one that opens his mouth or tries to defend and try to be Bruce Lee, you're going to see Confucius off the motherfucking muscle. Off the motherfucking muscle. And things will start to change. Things will start to change. And then I not go back. I not go back to nigger community. I not go back to the nigger community. Same way with them towel head motherfucking Arabs that don't give a fuck and don't honor the Islamic brothers and sisters here. They don't honor you all because they tell you wa alaikum salam. They don't give a fuck about you. These dollar store gas station motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck. And them Ethiopians, them goat riding, disease carrying, chlamydia, herpes, TB, syphilis, AIDS carrying motherfucking genital wart ass motherfucking genital wart from riding the camel ass Ethiopian bow-legged skinny leg bitches. They don't have no respect for the black man and woman here. None. But we're scared to understand that. We're scared to realize that. We are afraid to come to the realization that it's time to start slapping motherfucking heads off. It's time to start slapping grizzly bears slapping motherfuckers' heads off. Clean off. Because it's not going to change. It's not going to change. You tell me where the change is going to come in at. Because every time we get a leader and somebody that wants to lead the charge, they are eliminated. And we do nothing about them but fight for a goddamn day off on their birthday. That does us no goddamn good at all. That don't help us. We off because it's Khalid Muhammad's birthday. So what the fuck? We had to let some of them niggas, some of them niggas that was close to him or supposedly been close to him, including his motherfucking wife, he still be here. But we let our leaders just run loose and unprotected. Donald Trump doesn't do that. And I've personally seen Donald Trump. I live in D.C. off North Capitol Street. I have seen the motorcade with Donald Trump and when those motherfucking crackers, them congressmen got shot at that baseball game when they were in the hospital, Washington Hospital Center, which is right not even a mile from my house. The presidential motorcade with Trump in it. Uzis, motherfuckers riding 4 and 5 on each truck with Uzis stand on the outside of the motherfuckers. He didn't go unprotected. They don't believe in that shit. We the only ones believing that. Now motherfucker on the balcony when King got shot had a weapon. With the exception of Jesse. And he was downstairs. You know, his weapon was fired in the same direction as the assassins. I don't give a damn what Joe Brown says. You know, yeah, he puts it down now, but for many years, he was part of the motherfucking opposition. Till they showed him who he was. Because when he said he was a Native American, that was it for his ass. They treated him like a nigga. Now he's, you know, he's talking strong and all that now, but, you know, he wasn't doing that at first. Because I'd be damned if Steve Harvey is the leader of the black community. Y'all can get the fuck out of here with that. Steve Harvey, some black leader. Here is a bootleg, horse mouth, donkey lip motherfucking bootleg comedian that couldn't even carry Bernie Mac's microphone case in terms of comedy. You had a hand in his demise. You know, these brothers, Charlie Murphy and all, they don't just up and just die like that, man. Get the fuck out of here. See, you know, the average nigga that sleep will believe all that. You know, you believe all that, and then when you hear the truth from somebody that look like you, first thing you don't believe, or where you get your information from, or are you Muslim? What the fuck does any of that got to do with the information that's being presented to you? What the fuck does any of that shit got to do with it? No, I'm not no Muslim. I get my information from extensive research. In case any of you knucklehead motherfucking niggas want to know, you empty head niggas that rely on the cracker for information and news. I do more extensive research than the cracker. The cracker come up with anything as long as it's aired. But ask these motherfuckers how much airtime do they spend when one of our brothers or sisters is laying in the middle of the street with a sheet over. I haven't heard them ever saying what that person was, whether they graduated from high school, whether they went to college, what was their occupation. They just said another dead nigga shot over such and such. And they go to a break and talk about Geico with a motherfucking lizard or some goddamn chicken from KFC. And you're satisfied with that bullshit. And then you had the nerve to ask me, where do I get my motherfucking information from? Please. You know, it's time for some changes, man. So, you know, my thing is, why do we struggle with waking up? And then we run to the church, we run to the mosque, we run to the temple, and we hide behind these imaginary deities. You know, oh my Lord, oh Jesus, and all of this. Oh, you know, all praises due to Allah. Oh, Muhammad is his messenger. You know, none of these people, if they existed, where are they? Answer that. Where are they? It's been a couple of thousand years now. Where are these people? You have, and no one can say that they have seen them or anything. Don't even lie on you and try to manipulate your own spirit and lie and say you have. But see, I understand that. And I'm going to break that down one day about how when I was dealing with religion, when I went from Christianity to Islam, of how terrified I was of crossing over, because I thought something bad was going to happen to me by leaving the imaginary Jesus and going to the imaginary Muhammad. So I know the feeling. I know what a person